So everybody told me when you buy one Land Rover, you generally end up with another one. This here is my unicorn purchase. It is a 1994 facelifted 300 TDI 3-door Discovery. New Zealand new, manual, no ECUs, no electric windows, nothing. Super simple, super reliable, and super cool. Let's have a bit of a look at it. In all honesty, I wasn't actually looking out for a new car. The Blue Discovery is doing awesome. I've got the Fortuner. 2 cars is enough for one person, right? But I got home from lunch one day and opened Trade Me, as you do, which is our car auction site. And literally 5 minutes up the road from me was this. And I texted the guy and just be like, hey, can I come have a look? To be completely honest, I thought I was just being annoying and was just gonna go nosy. But one thing led to another, and I got there and I had a look at it and realized that it was actually pretty tidy. Exactly what I had been looking for when I bought the blue one. And before I knew it, I was handing over a pile of money and driving this thing home. I took a bit of a punt on this. I didn't actually test drive it before I took it home, which was brave, stupid, maybe a bit of both. And I found out on the drive home, it didn't actually drive all that good. It was down on power and just didn't feel quite right. But I got it, I'm not gonna say for a steal, but it was a reasonable price given the condition and the fact that it didn't have a warrant, so it wasn't actually road legal, and I needed to do a bit of work to it to get it up to where it is now. We've got no electric windows, no airbags, a manual gearbox, obviously standard old low range and stuff. This thing's got no ABS, nothing, not even central locking, which I'll be honest, that one is a pain. But this is as simple as they come. And that is, I guess if you're not a Land Rover person, that is what makes this a bit of a unicorn. Take my blue one, which has obviously been on this channel a couple of times. That has got an ECU, automatic gearbox, power everything, and most of it still works, but not everything. And this, aside from the rust, which Land Rover problems, there's not really a lot to go wrong. Like mechanically, it's super simple. It is a 300 TDI engine with mechanical injection. So in theory, this should be almost bomb-proof. Like the engine in this is one of the most reliable ones that Land Rover have ever done. Outside of that, everything's mechanical. There's not really a huge amount to go wrong. One of the very first things I did was whack a new set of tires on it. It came with some BF Goodrich muds that were about 10 years old. One of them was basically out of tread anyway, and they just didn't look super great. Not a fan of old tires. So I popped into Mag and Turbo and picked up a set of Kenda Clever MT2s. They're in a 265 75 16. I've got no idea what these rims are. They were on it when I bought it, but I gave them a very quick spray paint and clear coat. It's not lasted very well, but I just wanted to test the color. I'm gonna get them powder coated, probably the silver. I'm not normally a fan of silver wheels, but I think it suits the era of this car quite nicely. Underneath, it's running a really weird mix of suspension. So the front, we've got a green spring with a yellow shock, which I'm guessing is Dobinson's. In the back, it's got an EFS shock with a completely unknown spring. So it does ride a bit rough. I'm guessing it's probably a little bit oversprung for the weight that's in it. Like there's nothing in this car. It is more or less factory. In the engine bay, we have got a 300 TDI, 2.5 litre, 4-cylinder diesel with manual injection and no ECU. So this thing's probably the best motor that Land Rover have ever done, especially in this form. Like it's not fast, not even slightly. This is a heavy car. This thing makes, I'm gonna say about 120 horsepower. It is not a lot, but it gets up and goes perfectly fine for what this is. Like I don't need it to be a rocket ship, and it's perfectly adequate, shall we say, just. Yeah, so under here what have I done? Not a heap. I've replaced a few coolant hoses as they were looking a bit sad. Still gonna do this top one. I've replaced the lift pump down there as that was failed on the old one. So you had no power off boost, and every single fluid and filter has been done. I have zero service history on this thing for obvious reasons. It's a 30, what is it now, 31, 32-year-old car. Almost as old as me. So all of that stuff, I just started again. It's much better for it. It starts beautifully now and runs really, really well. And I've already kind of started the, I guess, light restoration process. So I had this seat rebuilt. This whole side had collapsed completely. It was super uncomfortable. I've got a cover on the steering wheel at the moment as I just can't find a new one, which is going to be problematic. We've put fresh door seals on all the doors, so water shouldn't get in now. What else have we done? I have rebooted the gear stick as the old one was kind of torn and stuff, and I've fixed the rattle that was in there. Obviously, being a 3-door, backseat access is a bit of a pain. The little dude loves this car so much. If we scooch through here, it's pretty standard Discovery stuff. Your good old Alpine windows. I haven't actually done much here yet. It's all just been kind of cleaned up. I've got new window seals to go on these back windows. And the guy that I bought it off handed me new rubbers for all of these. So this has got a new rubber, this back window's got a new rubber, these top ones have been done, and obviously over the other side. And so, in theory, no water should be getting into these areas now. I do have a spare wheel too, it's just not here. Yeah, so it's a pretty cool car. So the saddest part of this car is unfortunately somebody has cut the guards here really, really poorly. I don't really know what I can do to fix that, but it's got that horrible 90-degree line there, and yeah, there are ways to do it way tidier than that, and it's pretty hard to fix. So one thing I really want to do is sort this roof. It probably looks okay on camera, but in person it's got a real weird texture to it. Looks like it hasn't been sanded or polished or buffed, or I'm not sure. But I want to paint it white. So I reckon if I can get it ready and maybe find a panel beater in Wellington who wants to spray it for me. If anyone knows of anyone or is anyone, hit me up in the comments. So I've kind of mentioned this car on Instagram a little bit, and I've got a bunch of people asking me what are my plans with it and will I sell it to them? On that second one, no. At this stage, this car is not going anywhere. I love it. As for my plans with it, I don't really know. I'm gonna be completely honest. This thing is pretty tidy, and so I don't really want to wreck it. I'm gonna be honest. Like my blue Discovery was rough when I bought it. It's much less rough now, but I don't care about taking that anywhere. Same with the Fortuner. That's obviously tidy, but it's my go anywhere car. These are on the verge of being classics now, and that makes it slightly harder in my head to justify using it in the way that I probably should. My current plan is to do a light restoration of this. So I've obviously kind of already started that with the interior. I just wanted to get it comfortable as the seat was shockingly bad. And while I was there, I just sort of tinkered away with a few other bits and pieces. I am going to do the wheels properly. They haven't lasted, which I didn't expect. I literally gave them a quick clean, sprayed them. As you would expect, that has not lasted good. And then yeah, there's a little bit of rust I need to cut out and weld some new sheet metal in. None of it's hard, it's all easy to get to. And then, I don't know. Part of me wants to get the back out of this with an awesome Overland setup. Part of me wants to leave it alone. It does need some fresh suspension and probably a couple of new bushes and stuff under there. So maybe look into that. I'm definitely going to try and freshen up that driveline a little bit and get rid of some of the backlash, as especially when it's a manual, you do really notice it. It's a bit of a pain. But yeah, outside of that, like, it's mint, and I don't want to ruin it, but I also want to use it. So I'm in this kind of conundrum of trying to figure out what it is that I want to do with this car. What do you guys reckon? Like, I'm not selling it. I know that a bunch of people have tried to buy it from me already, but at this stage I'm keeping it. I'm thinking I might sell the blue one once I've got that fixed up and warranted again. But then that one is nice to have down south. I don't really want to leave this one down south for months between trips in it. I don't know. I really don't know. Let me know what you reckon in the comments below. Anyway, there's been a real quick look at this car that I kind of accidentally bought, and a few people have reached out and asked me what I'm doing with it. So yeah, it's super tidy. I'm super stoked with it. It's pretty cool. I think it is anyway. The 3-door thing, it's sweet. Hassle, like trying to load a kid into a car seat in the back of that is a pain, but I don't care. It is awesome. Anyway, catch you guys next time. Maybe we'll do a bit of project on this. Not sure yet. We will see.